Starting at the very center of the old school RuneScape map in the observatory, I am on a journey exploring the map one chunk at a time and accomplishing all of the relevant tasks along the way on an extreme one chunk Ironman. This is 0 degrees, 0 minutes. Alright, let's go ahead and unlock the new chunk and do a little bit of exploration. The bears, if I remember correctly, the bears are not easy to kill despite their low combat level. I'll need to kill roughly 5,000 of those hill giants here. And let's see, up here I have some ghosts that ghosts don't drop anything, so they're completely irrelevant. And then the monks of Zamorak have a decent max hit, I believe, because they have a magic attack, and I have no magical defense at all since it uses a portion of your magic level for your defensive stat when it comes to spells cast against you. I'll have to kill them for my Zamorak robes. I do have an altar, so that does mean I'm not locked out of prayers, and I can make use of them. Don't think it's safe to go down that ladder. I'll have to double check, but I know there's Zamorak warriors down there, which I'm gonna have to kill for the rune sim, and they're like combat level 80 or something like that, and I don't want to risk them just like two-tapping me since I have low health. For the moment, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to live the UIM life since I still don't have a bank. And I'm gonna hope for a Leo random to drop some of this random stuff in. But if I don't have one, I'll just start shuffling my inventory around and deciding what I do and don't want to hang on to for the moment. It is what it is. It's nothing I can do about it, and I'll hope to get a bank in the next chunk. It's not like I need a ton of inventory space at the moment. It's mostly going to be burying bones and stuff. At the moment, with my current stats, I know I can't deal with the hill giants. However, getting to 43 prayer should allow me to get my rune sim relatively easy and deal with the hill giants for that big grind. My magic level is currently at level 1. I haven't used any of the runes I've gotten, and I need to decide. I need to get going on that. Getting my initial couple magic levels is going to be super important, and maybe that's what I'm going to use my lamps on at the moment. I'm not sure if that's the most relevant thing to lamp at the moment. I'll have to figure that out at a later time. So I did decide I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lamp magic at least until 3 at the moment. And the reasoning for that is that I will be able to use the confuse, I thought it was curse, spell, which will use up my body runes and the water and earth runes I get from goblin drops. So that gets me at least started. Okay, so I do actually have access to a bank. I completely forgot about it. It is the ZMI bank, or the bank down in the Arania altar, which does have a fee to use, but it does let me clear out my inventory, and it looks like I forgot to get rid of my 25 coins from Tutorial Island, but at this point, I don't really care that much to worry about it. So I'm just going to throw these runes and stuff I'm not going to use at the moment in here. And for those of you that don't know, the bank here at the ZMI altar, if you go to use it, it will have an interface, and it does take a payment of 20 of any rune. So no matter what, in order to access this bank, I'm going to have to keep runes on me, which isn't awful, but it's not great. So I just banked a group of goblin kill loot, and I've gotten some runes, and I decided I'd give the Zamorak crafters a try and see how many of them I can kill, since they're going to be a decent source of runes and they're my only source of essence. Let's quickly knock out a task by cooking some of this raw bear meat I got from flinching a bear. There we go, task completed and level 2 cooking. Zamarok Monk Bottom. Task completed. So I'm going to show lamps as they're relevant, and I just got one. Let's go ahead and use that on magic. Get me a little bit closer to my goal. And that is base 30s, 37 combat. There's my Zamarok Monk Top. That means I don't have to kill these guys anymore. And here we go. Iron Dagger obtained from the Hill Giants I've been flinching. There's the Iron Full Helm done now. Getting one piece at a time. Steel Longsword. That's a weapon improvement. That's going to be pretty big. So I'm just going ahead and casting up some spells, because that takes me to level 3 magic, which means I can now use up the body runes I've got. And with that, my day is done, so let's go ahead and mark off my tasks I've completed. I cooked some meat. I obtained the Zamarok Monk Top. Zamarok Monk Top obtained. I also obtained the Full Helm, the Zamarok Monk Bottom, the Iron Dagger, and the Steel Longsword, knocking off 6 of my tasks, which is a nice little gain for the first day in this chunk. Iron Kite Shield is now my new best in slot shield. I did not realize the pure essence was not noted. So I got the essence drop from the crafter. So now if I come over here, I can craft runes without ever having done rune mysteries. Quest list rune mysteries is not done. I did not realize that was possible at ZMI. Alright, in case I don't get to do anything else today, I have achieved craft runes at the Rania altar, and I have obtained an iron kite shield. So, getting a little bit closer. I got this random frog event. I'm going to go ahead and do these whenever I can, because they will someday be lamps whenever I someday make it to Varrock in the far, far future. And there is my giant key, which means whenever I happen to make it to Edgeville, I will be able to kill Obor whenever that happens. Well, I wasn't expecting the back-to-back key. That is literally the immediate kill afterwards. So I guess that's 2 keys. So there I am, getting 40 attack now, which means I can wield rune weaponry, which is as high as I have to go for this chunk in order to wield the rune scimitar. And that is a Lederhosen hat I just got from a random event, which puts me closer to lamps from that. Alright, so I hit 40 attack, which means I can now wield the rune scimitar. And I'm curious if increasing my strength will give me a max hit. 36 does give me a max hit. 40 does not. So I think I'm going to pop over to defense to hopefully get to 40 on that and be able to kill the Zamarok crafters so I can produce a number of runes, because if I were to go get my rune scimitar, that will increase my max hit to an 8, which takes my time to kill down by basically half. If we assume that I'm going to go a full 5,000 drop rate, half that time is substantial when you consider it takes me a minute to kill each. That's a stupid number of hours. I can do the math. Let me do that math. Okay, so you can flinch these Zamorak warriors. The cave lizard is currently aggroed to me, so it won't mess up the safe spot, and I just have to do this a bunch. Getting the setup initially, I just cast one spell on the Zamorak warrior, and then return to here, get him set up. I take one hit, and then it's just a time-consuming thing. So let's see how long it takes me to get that rune sim. There it is, adamant longsword. That should be a substantial upgrade over the steel longsword. Sure, it's not the rune sim yet, but that is still going to be huge help. Well, there be a rune dagger, which I do not believe is an upgrade from the adamant longsword. So there's only one possible item I need from Zamorak warriors now, and that is the rune scimitar. Hey, another genie. And I'm going to take that, and I'm going to continue using them on magic, because I need to be able to use up my chaos runes, and they're more readily available than mind runes. Alright, back in the chunk picker, and let's see, I obtained the rune dagger, which means technically I have now wielded a rune weapon, even though it's not the rune scimitar I am after in this chunk. I'm still hoping to get it sometime soon. And I obtained the giant key as well today, which still leaves 4 tasks to go. And I got a Leo random. I went ahead and used it to clear out my inventory for free instead of using up the runes to access the ZMI bank. And that gets me a little bit closer to another lamp from randoms. There's 40 defense. Now I'm gonna swap over to strength level. So I just got a mystery box. There's a small chance it gives me something that's useful. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's see if I can get lucky and get a stale baguette. And Myth Sim, which many chunk accounts would love. There's my rune scimitar. So that's not too bad, and I'll bring up my kill count here. Little over 3 times rate. Which knocks off another chunk task. Now I just have high level alchemy and the giant ass curve bone grind to do. All music used in the video is from loyaltyfreakmusic.com.